everyone, my name's Amal and you're watching Newsbreak. Coming up on today's show, school students strike for climate action, all the excitement from the World Cup qualifiers, and a new laboratory that's out of this world. But before we get into any of that, why don't you subscribe? Spotify's just announced over the past year they've paid more than $9 billion in royalties. Now, that might sound like great news for some of our favourite artists, but for a long time, Spotify's been under fire over how much they're actually paying artists to stream their music. Here's Joe with more.
Like many people, I don't mind a bit of a jam. And for that, the world's #1 pick is Spotify. The streaming platform has 406 million monthly users, and that generates the company billions.
But how much of that cash is actually going to the artists?
Well, Spotify says it paid more than $9 billion to artists in 2021, with 130 of them earning more than $5 million each. It sounds like a lot, but for many artists, it was a different story, with 99.3% making less than $10,000. The amount they earn is tied to streams, and the amount paid per stream is tiny, way less than 1 cent, and many in the industry say that needs to change.
Back in 2014, Taylor Swift removed her music from the platform over the issue. And more recently, Kanye West released his new album on his own device because he says streaming services hurt artists.
Spotify says the number of artists making more than 10 grand a year has gone up, and that, including revenue from other streaming sites and things like CD sales, most artists will still be making decent money.
But however you feel about it, there's heaps of ways to support your favourite artists. Some of them are louder than others.
Today, thousands of kids around Australia marched in another global climate strike. They're calling on world leaders to act in the fight against climate change.
I don't want my future to be devastated by the effects of climate change. Not just my future, but my children, my grandchildren.
There were events held in towns and cities across the country. Organisers say they want to know what our political leaders will do to fight global warming before Aussies vote in the federal election in May. Australia has missed out on automatically qualifying for the World Cup. The Socceroos went down 2-0 to Japan last night. They'll now play in a knockout tournament in June. It'll be the team's last chance to qualify. In an Australian first, the University of Adelaide has launched a new extraterrestrial laboratory. No, it's not like that. It's just all about making sure that new technology can survive the harsh environments of deep space. Here's Shania.
There's a reason humans don't already live on other planets. It's tough out here. That's why I'm not really in space.
But NASA's going to try and make it happen. It's committed to setting up a moon base and sending astronauts to Mars. And to do that, they'll need some very fancy tech.
If only there was some type of fancy new extraterrestrial environmental simulation laboratory that could help develop that tech.
Oh, that's right, there is. Right here in Australia, where this new lab in Adelaide has just launched.
These are the sorts of opportunities that I always wanted to have when I was a kid, and now they're right here for me.
The lab is a testing ground for rovers and other technology humans will need to get by on another planet.
We will research the technologies required for NASA to send humans back into deep space, this time to stay.
That tech has to be tough, withstanding the corrosive dust that covers the moon and other planets. That's what these sandpit-looking things will imitate.
Now that's out of this world. But in this world, you get the idea.
People all around the world will turn off their lights tomorrow night for Earth Hour. Yep, organisers are encouraging people to switch off at 8:30 on Saturday as a way to get everyone thinking more about the environment and how we can fight climate change. The day actually started here in Australia 15 years ago. Now it's grown into a global movement with hundreds of millions of people in thousands of cities taking part. All right, well, that's all from us. Thanks for watching Newsbreak. We'll be back next week with even more great stuff. So, guys, Earth Hour's tomorrow? Hello? Well, see ya. Oh, this is kind of spooky. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe.